I'm going to start with a public service announcement, and it's not bootlicking or bag licking. Jared does a great job. Nobody wants Jared's job. That's a fact. So in Spectrum, just remember to think about Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Live as a series of shows. Some are good and some are bad from your perspective. I actually really like today's show, and I hope you enjoy the breakdown. Hello YouTubers, this is noobifier. On the 9th of February 2023, CIG released Inside Star Citizen. Here's what you need to know. This week, Jared wanted to talk about the interior of our buildings and said that it was part of the road for 4.0. Everything looks fantastic. The cities are getting better and better. But then, as Ian Leyland explained, not having the building interiors is literally leaving half of the play space open. Like we are missing half of the play space. He went on to explain how they would approach it. The developers worked on a brainstorming plan, which is a way to get the creative juices and discussion flowing internally. This flow would define the path on how to approach the how they would approach it. The approach is broken down into the roof, maintenance, residential, commercial, lobby, and underground. The roof is how we would gain access to the building through a series of landing pads. It serves as the upper access point. The developers are exploring the idea of both top and side-mounted bases to park. They're playing with the idea of connecting several buildings into one transit hub with many landing bays. The maintenance sections offers unique potential, as this would be where the building subsystems would be. So those are your power, their data, and more technical areas. Residential would be your habs, and we know from a long time ago that it's the community's desire to have player-owned locations. These would be very modular, and many choices of dressing styles would be available. Grand open spaces and more modest places, and these residential locations may also include common social spaces. Commercial will be your offices and restaurants, corporate-owned spaces, manufacturing spaces. These might be larger multi-level spaces, and they're also looking at the idea of super swanky restaurant settings. The lobby was said to be the secondary access point. For example, a space such as Area 18, instead of having a bunch of blank closed doors from the outside, these doors would become an entire building for you to explore. The lobby might have public transit, basic restaurants such as a food court, and based on the concepts, these are all dressed custom, so it makes sense with the location that you're in, and you will have no issue knowing exactly where or what planet you're on. The underground may be tunnels connecting several buildings. This also allows the developers to add unconventional or abandoned locations, places to have street races, locations to traverse without being seen or detected. All of this is sounding like a great plan with a detailed width, which will result in something fun for everyone. Today's show, and the reason that we're seeing this push now, is to coincide with the redo of Lorville. Lorville Buff has identified the need, and they ended the segment by saying that this would be ready to be worked on, and they plan to do it at the end of this quarter. And I'm going to quantify that. When they say start, they just literally mean that they're going to go and produce this or start to produce this at the beginning of the quarter. So it's not like it's coming out at the end of the quarter, but it is still exciting, not to sound negative. That's it. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.